Alright, the weekend is up. This weekend I got 2 movies in, and honestly, 2 very different opinions in quality. That's what I'm going to say. Let's get into it. Real quick, if you like my content, give me a follow on TikTok, give me a subscribe on YouTube. Okay, so that is 2 of my 5 most anticipated movies for the year down. Final Destination Bloodlines I watched this weekend, and this might actually be my favorite entry in the franchise. Honestly, that opening scene has to be one of my favorite openings in the series. I will argue the log truck is still better, and the plane crash in the first one, but still, this one was very good. The acting from everyone was very well executed. The way this movie gave us the story was without a doubt the most inventive I have ever seen for the franchise. And of course, what everyone goes to the Final Destination franchise for, the kills. And holy hell, were these kills brutal. If you haven't seen the movie, I'm not going to spoil any. But almost all of them were very fun and very gnarly. There's not a lot that I can say about this movie that I didn't like, because I was too busy having an absolute blast while watching it. That, as a movie fan, this was the best in the franchise. And as a reviewer, I am inclined to say that as well. It is an outstanding movie. It is a fun-ass horror film. And it did get scary at a few moments. But the family dynamic between the characters was truly well handled. And for all that, I give it a 9 out of 10. This movie is on Max. It is on Prime. I recommend go watch it now if you haven't. And even if you have, go watch it. It is fun. So, before I get into this, let me just say, I am well aware this is a divisive movie. However, I tend to see more people lean towards positive. And I gotta ask, why? This, including the Alien vs. Predator movies, I have seen 6 installments. And outside of Alien vs. Predator Requiem, this is the worst, in my opinion. Dude, the writing is fine. The script could use some work, but that is the most praise I can give it. Not true. The effects are good when you can see them. But we'll circle back to that in... Dude, none of the cast of characters is enjoyable to watch. They're either incredibly boring or straight up insufferable. Speaking of, Adrian Brody has to be the most miscast lead in the franchise. I did not buy him as a badass in this movie, especially since his gruff voice genuinely came off as laughable as hell. However, there are some issues with the story as well. Mainly the fact that every plot point that could be interesting, like them being on the Predator's home planet. Spoilers for a 15-year-old movie, but Topher Grace's character being revealed as a villain and a serial killer would have worked better in this movie had it happened an hour earlier than it did. And on top of that, most of the characters really don't seem to... Actually, no, many of the actors don't seem interested in what they were doing. I will say, again, the effects were great when you can see them, which the first half you can. The second half is so dark or surrounded by fire that it makes seeing anything a chore. And there is one scene that I truly liked. A Yakuza member and a Predator engaging in a sword fight in an open field. Dude, that was great. That scene rocked. But again, a decent script, solid effects when you can see them, and a truly epic sword fight. That's the best you can give this movie in terms of positives, or at least me. This movie was overall just incredibly boring, and for that, I'm sitting at a 4 out of 10. I doubt rewatches would raise that score. Alright, so that is my weekend. I am very much eager to keep this going, even if TikTok goes away. Fingers crossed it don't, at least partially. But I have a question. Do you want to see me bring back my weekly movie dice rolls for the next 4 months? If I do, I'm going to be rolling for a movie a week, a movie a night. So yeah, let me know on that. If you liked the movies or didn't that I watched this weekend, that's your opinion. Don't harass me for it. And again, let me know. Do y'all want to see the weekly movie dice rolls make a return for spooky season? Because if so, September's going to be adding twice as many movies as last year. And as always, y'all stay interesting.